Join me as I spend a whole night alone with these creepy demonic dolls to see just how terrifying they really are. Dolls have been a staple of horror for decades, striking fear into the hearts of many. There's something unsettling about their lifeless eyes and frozen smiles. You might wonder, what's behind this fascination with demonic dolls? Dolls tap into our deep-seated fears of loss, of control, and the blurring of lines between life and death. Their supposed innocence makes their potential for malevolence all the more chilling. Culturally, dolls have been associated with childhood, but when they're depicted as vessels for evil spirits, they become objects of terror. This contrast between their intended purpose and their dark reputation is a big part of their scary appeal. The fact that they're often designed to resemble children or innocent beings only adds to the unease. The idea that a doll could be possessed by a malevolent spirit is terrifying, because it suggests that something pure and innocent can become corrupted. This fear is amplified by the doll's unblinking stare and silent presence, which seem to mock and challenge us. Our brains are wired to respond to faces, and dolls, with their artificial features, can trigger a sense of unease. This is often referred to as the uncanny valley effect. The history of dolls being used in occult practices and as vessels for spirits only adds to their dark allure. Many believe that certain dolls can attract negative energies or even serve as gateways for demonic entities. In a small town forgotten by the passage of time, Erica lived alone in an old Victorian house at the edge of a dense, whispering forest. She was a reserved antique collector, driven by a passion for preserving stories steeped in history. Among her peculiar possessions lay a peculiar doll, a porcelain figure garbed in frayed, faded finery from a long-gone era. Its eyes, two tiny flecks of obsidian, appeared to follow any movement in the room. The doll had been delivered anonymously, one pitch-black night, its origin shrouded in mystery like so many relics in her collection. It was accompanied by a cryptic note that simply read, "Listen and heed the whispers." The air grew colder whenever Erica approached it, her breath visible even on warm days. She dismissed these chills as drafts, a natural occurrence in an aging house. But the whisperings in the night were not so easily rationalized. They started as indistinct murmurs, barely distinguishable from the rustling leaves outside, but soon they transformed into a hypnotic chant that enwrapped the entire house. Driven by a curious compulsion, Erica decided to study the doll more carefully. One stormy night, when the winds lashed against the panes like wild beasts, candlelight flickered against the doll's flawless features, casting sinister shadows that danced across the ceiling. As she gazed into its eerie eyes, a peculiar sensation washed over her, as if it were echoing a cry for release. The whispers grew louder, more urgent, sounding of a child's plead for help, a call trapped beyond the veil of time. With trembling hands, Erica traced the doll's garments, searching for any clue. Her fingers brushed against its frail hand, and for a fleeting moment, warmth pulsated through her. In disbelief, she withdrew, heart pounding irregular rhythms against her chest. Determined, she revisited the note's message. Listen and heed the whispers. Guided by this mandate, she resolved to unravel the truth. Her nights became sleepless quests for answers, researching stories of dolls from the realms of supernatural lore. As nights wore on, the whisperings began to direct her to specific spots within her collection room, led her to old maps, journals with yellowed pages, and finally, to a hidden compartment within a worn chest. Inside was a small vial, filled with fine sand and embossed with ancient runes. This superstition has been fueled by stories of haunted dolls and the experiences of those who claim to have encountered malevolent forces through them. One of the most famous cases is that of Annabelle, a Raggedy Ann doll said to be inhabited by the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins. According to legend, Annabelle was once owned by a student who began experiencing terrifying occurrences, from moving on its own to writing blood-curdling messages. The doll's history is marked by reports of unexplained events and sightings, making it a chilling example of a demonic doll. Robert the Doll is another notorious case. This antique doll is said to be cursed, with stories of it changing facial expressions and moving on its own. Its history dates back to the 1800s, and it's said to have been involved in a series of tragic events that led to its current state of malevolence. Visitors to the Fort East Martello Museum in Florida, where Robert is displayed, have reported strange occurrences, from photos showing unexplained orbs to the doll seemingly changing positions. The case of La Llorona's doll is another shocking example. This legend tells the story of a woman who, driven mad by grief, made a doll to replace her deceased child. Her spirit is said to haunt rivers and lakes, searching for her child, and those who encounter her doll report feeling intense fear and dread. The doll serves as a vessel for her sorrow and anger, making it a terrifying object. The fear factor of demonic dolls is undeniable. These objects have captured our imagination and fueled our nightmares. Whether it's their eerie appearance or the dark histories surrounding them, demonic dolls have secured their place in horror culture. Thanks for joining me on this dive into the terrifying world of demonic dolls. If you've had any experiences with creepy dolls or other supernatural encounters, share them with me in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other horror-themed videos if you're as fascinated by the dark and unknown as I am. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share. If you have any horror story, please send me. T will narrate your story. THS friends.